right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Additionally Performer Cigar Garage Talks for impromptu special series. Hunting stories, right? You saw the video on Monday. We had the kids sitting around the campfire. They were talking about their different hunting stories. Kind of dawned on me that I hadn't shared all the kids' hunting stories with them around the fire was just too cute not to share. So I'm kind of playing some time warp here. A couple of the stories I have already recorded, but the next 4 days we're going to talk about the 4 successful hunts we've had thus far. I think we're going to have some more. We're just still getting our systems down and dealing with some weather and whatnot, but I think we're going to bag a few more. But let's talk about the first 4. Like I said, some I've recorded, some I haven't. I was kind of shocked, a couple that I have not recorded. Let's start off with Fairy Dancer's deer. I talked about this. Oh, what are we smoking? What are we drinking? I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of the cigar again. I've had this one on here quite a few times, actually. I do like it. The little Connecticut wrapper, a bit of a Maduro wrapper to follow that up. I really got to remember the name. If I think of it, I'll try to put the name up. For the beer, we have the Remnant of Dragon Imperial Red Indian Pale Ale. Yes, I got another Pale Ale. Glutton for punishment that I am. Who knows, right? Maybe this time it will be good. Maybe I'll finally find that IPA that doesn't taste like horse shit. I was hoping, since it was a red, I think it's aged or something also, which might just be a double whammy, as they say. Definitely looking more of a red. Was that what it said? Ooh, yeah, it's still a pale ale. Okay. The search continues. Anyway, I'm so excited to jump into these hunting stories, finish off this series. And to get back out hunting, honestly. Just got back in. It was wet, cold, rainy. Swedish Compass got really close to getting her second deer this year. But the angles just weren't right. And then Dad actually kind of spooked it as I walked in. Because it was getting towards that too late to shoot time. But tonight we're going to talk about Fairy Dancer. That's right, my sweet... middle daughter now. She is excited. This is her first year able to hunt. You have to be 10 years old to hunt. Not in the state of Michigan, but they get tribal licenses because they're tribal. But you have to be 10. So I mentioned in another video that Fairy Dancer did take a shot at a deer, but the deer kind of turned real quick. And she ended up getting a very non-fatal hit on the deer. So that one's still out there somewhere, roaming around. But let's talk about the one that... during the next couple of weeks, she did actually go out 2 or 3 more times. One of the times, she had a buck, little Spike, come in that was absolutely toying and playing with her. It came in and spooked and ran away. Then it would stay in the woods where she couldn't get a clear shot. And then she swears she saw it when we were hiking out at night, and she might have seen it also during the morning hunt. Maybe I'll put a picture to show how close this deer got to her. Spooked the hell out of her, scared her, and took off before she could line up a good kill shot. Like most hunters, it's the one that got away, right? We all have those deer. Those fish, those whatever, bird, turkey, moose. The one that got away, the one you wanted to put up on the old wall, as they say, put in the freezer. Well, fast forward about a week, maybe, about give or take a week, few days at least. It's her turn again in the rotation. We're sitting out there, and she's only 10, so sitting down for 3-4 hours is tricky. But I kind of make her sit down because she has this bad penchant of leaving just as the deer are going to come in. So I make her sit down. Well, good thing I did. In walks a small little herd of deer. There is a deer that Dad instantly recognizes. I know this deer. This is the one that got away. Fairy Dancer recognizes that they're a deer. Now she doesn't know yet that this is the one that got away. This is the trophy one. This is the one every hunter thinks about and pines over. We then made a startling realization that the shooting window is too high for her to shoot downwards at a deer that's too close without her standing up. And it was not going to be easy for her to stand up. Actually, she wasn't able to. She was able to kind of perch herself up. Thankfully, we were using the AR with her, so I was able to collapse the stock to accommodate for her kind of being in a bad position so she could get the AR up a little bit higher, do a better perch on it and whatnot. It took her forever. I mean, it took everything I had not to grab the gun and shoot the deer for her. Because I knew this was the one that got away. This is the big one. Well, after some coaching from Dad and some repositioning and getting a better perch, she gets into a good position, takes the shot, drops it. Drops down. She doesn't think it actually dropped. With the excitement, the flash, and the powder, and the deer dropping so quick, she thought it actually ran. So she thought she missed again. It wasn't until Dad exuberantly told her, "Nice job, you dropped it," that she finally looks up and kind of stands up a little bit and sees that her deer is flopping on the ground. Lo and behold, she did actually get a back shot. She paralyzed it. So the deer needs to be quickly euthanized. Unfortunately, the gutting knife was all the way back at the car. It's not my favorite thing to do, but with the 223, doing a quick coup de grace shot to the head when the skull's not keepable. It's not really a some prize. We're gonna get it mounted. So I beat it down, went to go take the shot, and the thing moved, and I ended up blasting an antler off. I'm really pissed at myself. I can't believe I shot her antler. I zero in, get a much better shot, plug the deer. It's dead. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to explain to Fairy Dancer that I kind of sort of shot a rack. I shot the rack off this deer. Thankfully, she doesn't know that the significance of how bad that is to shoot the rack off of a deer. Because that's your bragging points. That's the rack you get to keep. You get to point at it and tell stories. But she gets out of the blind. I'm like, "Honey, I'm so sorry." And her eyes just get wide. And then she gets this big grin. And she says, "Dad, do you mean to tell me that I bagged a unicorn?" "Yes, sweetie, you shot a unicorn." She's ecstatic now. She can't believe that she got her very own personal unicorn. I mean, both me and her were on, cloud nine for 2-3 days. I also surprised her. I was on a 3D printing website and I found a unicorn skull. So we printed her off a unicorn skull, and we're going to super glue or epoxy one of the horn that Dad shot off. We're going to actually epoxy that into this mount, so she will have her very own unicorn skull. She's absolutely pumped, absolutely thrilled. I'm pumped and thrilled for her, of course. This was the child who I didn't think was actually going to be able to pull the trigger. I thought this was going to turn into especially after she had that miss, I thought this was going to turn into, it's just, dad and daughter time in the woods. I was wrong. She's got her dad's hunting spirit. She's ready to get the deer in the freezer. And actually recording this, she's the one going out tomorrow. And she's excited to get another one in the freezer. So I'm proud of her. I'm glad she did it. I'm glad she got her buck. And I'm glad she got the one that got away, because a lot of us hunters out there, we know you don't always get that chance to get the one that got away. But when you do, oh brother, celebrations abound, and there has been. She did an awesome job. Again, waited for that good shot, made sure she had a good perch, and took her time to take the shot. So I'm super excited for her, super happy. Glad it worked out. I'm looking forward to going hunting with her again tomorrow. Yeah. Hopefully enjoy these little stories, Dad, talking up his kids' hunts. I'm enjoying them. I do like regaling people with the stories of their hunts. And they aren't in any particular order. It was actually Wild and Free who got the first deer. I don't know, maybe her story will be next or the one after that. We'll see. I got to get them all recorded up. Still have a couple to record. So, anyway, folks, I hope you guys are having luck hunting out there. I hope you're having some good times. I hope you stay safe out there. We'll see you on the next one.